unfiltered, unscripted, unapologetic. Welcome to Off Safety with Rizzo. We talk about guns, growth, and the real ish nobody will talk about. All right, let's do it.
Everybody ready? Let's do it.
All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Off Safety with Rizzo, where we just sit and just talk. And the subject today is going to be the biggest lies about gun owners. All right, got my notes. What we got here? First, biggest lie, myth, misconception, whatever, is that we are all paranoid or violent. That's crazy, but that's kind of like that's something people believe. I don't want to say I believe it, but when you think about the gun owner that you picture, it's not just like a regular person concealed carrying and owning a gun. It's about the hillbilly in the backwoods up in the Appalachian. Can't get my mouth right.
You know he can't talk English.
Just somebody with a gun, just crazy as hell. Old cooler out there just shooting chickens in a chicken coop. But yeah, most gun owners are. If you look at the cross section of America, you look at concealed carry holders. They're like the lowest crime rate of any group out there. So gun owners are not violent. They're not paranoid. You think somebody is paranoid because they want to have a gun with them if something happens. Crime is up in a lot of places, and even if it wasn't, the Second Amendment guarantees you a right to protect yourself. So, a lot of people will say, that we're paranoid until they get robbed or something happens to them, and they wish that they had a gun. Or if something happens, what's the first thing they do? Call somebody with a gun. All right. So it's not about paranoid. It's not about violent. I carry a gun every day. Me being violent would be idiotic. All right. And you see these folks out here with these mass shooting up skills. Those aren't gun owners. They're not concealed carry holders. They're just crazy people who decide to do something crazy, and it has nothing to do with us. And gunners, non-gunners, gun controllers, all want to kind of lump us into the same thing, but that is just not the case. So gun owners being paranoid, being violent is like the furthest thing from the truth anybody could say. All right, what we got? Media versus reality. I spoke about the media in my Black and Gun series about how they portray the black gun owners. Well, they portray, especially the liberal media. If you're a gun owner, you're crazy, you're violent, or paranoid. The media just does not seem to want to portray gun owners in a positive light because they want to get rid of guns. If you're part of any liberal media outlet, MSNBC, CNN, that are anti-gun, if they're anti-gun, they're going to not promote positive gun images, positive gun stories. How many times do you hear about a story where somebody defended themselves with a gun? You rarely do it. If so, it's a quick whoop whoop. But, hear about, some gangbangers shooting up the spot, and then you're talking about another mass shooting. A mass shooting is not one gang member shooting up another gang member and other people get shot. That's not a mass shooting. That's gang violence. All right, let's just get that out the way. And they'll portray gang violence, But yeah, the media sucks, and we claim mainstream media. I don't think a lot of people realize damn near all of the media is mainstream. Fox, ABC, NBC, MSNBC, it's all mainstream. So don't think that your mainstream, your media is the little guy that's looking out for you a given thing. All the media has a different edge to what they want to do. Fox would be pro Second Amendment, so they will show gun owners in a positive light. These other spots, like I was saying, MSNBC, they're going to show gun owners in a negative light. So don't always believe what you see in the media and online either. I mean, it's crazy what you'll see out there. If you go on Twitter or the TikTok or the Facebook, whatever it is, you're going to get all kind of crazy stuff. So yeah, believe in your own experiences and not what the media shows you or teaches you to do. What we got next? how most gun owners are more responsible than politicians. Gun owners are some of the most responsible people out there. Because we know with us, if you carry a gun every day, your level of responsibility goes up. You know, if you don't have a gun, maybe you can't get into that argument with that crazy guy. Maybe the road rage can upset you. But if you got a gun, you always know that interaction can escalate into something further with somebody being shot, and you don't want to be that guy. We're not all out here trying to find something, a reason to use our guns. And let's just admit it anyway. Most of these damn politicians are cricket. All right? Don't matter whether you Republican, Democrat, Independent, moderate, whatever it is. Most of you politicians just cricket as hell anyway. So gun owners being, more responsible, more responsible than politicians, that's to me, that's a given. Everybody's more responsible than damn politicians. Now I'm going off for the rant and just ranting and raving, but that's cool. All right, what we got next? Stereotypes I have faced personally. Yeah, I think I've had people that, saw a video and maybe commented, about, black gun owners. I've had it to where, I might have told the story in my last go-round about the first time gun store I liked down here. I won't name the gun store, but first time I went in, how they made me feel welcoming and inviting. And there is a stereotype out there that gun folks, white gun folks, don't like black folks in their store. Don't the black gun owner, they see the black gun owner like the media portrays it. And I've kind of noticed that, like I said, this one store I went to, it was great. And then this one guy came in. I'm the only person in the gun store. He doesn't talk to me until the manager comes out and looks at him like, what the hell you doing? Went to the range one time, and it was just like, I was going to meet my cousin. It's a range that he goes to. And first time I walked in, it was like, who's this guy? Why is he here? Came back with my cousin, everybody, they know him, so they're friendly with him, but I was just like, some random black guy. So you see that, and sometimes I go in there, and the guys just come in, and they're just like the nicest people in the world. So that is most stereotypes are kind of based in some kind of truth. So I've seen that, but then again, I got people that are around me. I got a lot of folks that are liberal, anti-gunners, you may say. So the stereotype now is that, I'm the crazy gun guy. Mind you, before I started shooting videos and training folks, if anybody had a question about guns or gun safety, they would call me. But now, I could be that crazy guy. I got into an argument with somebody the other day after the shooting about the AR-15. And how it's just this dangerous thing that pokes, 5-foot holes into people. And people just kind of believe what they hear and see on TV or through the media. And so then they will project that stereotype onto us, even though it has no meaning or no truth at all. So there are stereotypes out there about gun owners. Don't believe them. All right, last but not least, what we got? Why the truth matters. Because there are a lot of people out there who are on the fence about guns, about gun ownership, about gun control, and they need to know the truth. Guns aren't dangerous. The people that are holding them that are dangerous. And that's why so many of us hate gun control. Because, telling me I can't own a gun because somebody else is violent, that makes no sense. So we just got to put the truth out there that guns are great for self-defense, a fun tool. I mean, who doesn't want to get out there with a 22 LR and just shoot all freaking day? I'll do it with a 9mm. Me going out there and shooting is just relaxing. All right, target practice is great, and just knowing the comfort of if something happens, I'm able to defend myself. That's a good thing. And I think a lot of people, particularly in our community, just don't know. Guns are always viewed as bad or as negative. So it was never like, have a gun. Guns are always for the bad guys and for the police. So the truth matters. We got to get the truth out there about the Second Amendment, about concealed carry, about just everything, just 2A related. The truth needs to be known. All right, so that's it for this episode of Off Safety with Rizzo. Stay trained, stay armed, stay unapologetic. All right, more real talk coming soon. I think the next one is going to be what I wish every new gun owner knew. Sounds like a great topic. All right, if you felt this, share it. If you didn't, maybe you needed to hear it. All right, we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.